This is Jeff Grebe with Weichert Realtors Advantage Plus, and this is your market moment for August the 9th. With forbearance plans coming to an end, many are concerned the housing market will experience a wave of foreclosures, like what happened after the housing bubble 15 years ago. But here are 4 reasons why that won't happen. Number 1, there are fewer homeowners in trouble this time. After the last housing crash, about 9.3 million households lost their home to a foreclosure, short sale, or because they simply gave it back to the bank. As the stay-at-home orders were issued early last year, the overwhelming fear was the pandemic would decimate the housing industry in a similar way. Many experts projected 30% of all mortgage holders would enter the forbearance program. Actually, only 8.5% did, and that number is now down to 3.5%. As of last Friday, the number of mortgages still in forbearance stood at just 1,863,000. That's definitely a large number, but nowhere near 9.3 million. Number 2, most of the homes in forbearance have enough equity to sell their home. Since 87% have at least 10% equity in their homes, which enables them to sell their houses and pay the related expenses, instead of facing the hit on their mortgage that a foreclosure or short sale would create. The remaining 13% might not all have the option to sell, so if the entire remaining 13% of homes went into foreclosure, that would be 241,800 mortgages. But to give that number context, that would be less than the annual foreclosure numbers of the 3 years leading up to the pandemic. The probable number of foreclosures coming out of the forbearance program is just nowhere near the number of foreclosures coming out of the housing crash 15 years ago. Number 3, the current market can absorb any listings coming to the market. When foreclosures hit the market in 2008, there was an excess supply of homes for sale. The situation is exactly the opposite today. In 2008, there was a 9-month supply of listings for sale. Today, that number stands at less than 3 months of inventory, and actually less than 1 month in our market. As Lawrence Yun, chief economist of the National Association of Realtors, explains, any foreclosure increases will likely be quickly absorbed by the market. It will not lead to any price declines. And number 4, those in power will do whatever is necessary to prevent a wave of foreclosures. Just last Friday, the White House released a fact sheet explaining how homeowners with government-backed mortgages will be given further options to enable them to keep their homes when exiting forbearance. So when evaluating the 4 reasons stated, it's clear there won't be a flood of foreclosures coming to the market as the forbearance program winds down. Bottom line, as Ivy Zelman, founder of the major housing market analytical firm Zelman & Associates, said, the likelihood of us having a foreclosure crisis again is about 0%. This is Jeff Grebe, and that is your market moment.